Hello everyone, Bob here. In this video, I'm going to take a quick look at the Lord of the Rings trilogy on 4K. I just got this in the mail, and I've only had time to sample parts of each film. Full reviews will be coming later, but right now I wanted to give you my initial impressions. This is easily and far and away the best these films have ever looked and sounded. Um, and the big thing that you notice immediately, the colors. The colors, whether it's in the Shire or when Gandalf rides to Isengard or in the Fellowship of the Ring or in Rohan in Two Towers. One scene that stood out when I was sampling through this was in The Return of the King when Gandalf was riding across the Pelennor Fields when Faramir and his troops were fleeing Osgiliath, and he holds his staff up to and shines out the bright light to kind of drive away the Nazgul. That was so bright and so vivid. It was so much more of a beautiful, colorful picture. There's more of a dynamic there and such a vivid. It just wasn't there with the Blu-ray. And sound-wise, of course, the Dolby Atmos sounds great. You've got lots of activity all around you. This part in Shelob's lair where the spider's above you. You hear the voice of the ring is always generally above you. It's just, the whole thing sounds great. Bass, I was more than happy with the subwoofer, the way it performed during this. It had plenty of bass. I actually turned it down, and that is something that just doesn't happen. I love my bass, and I love to feel it, and I generally don't turn it down, but I did with this because it was such a powerful soundtrack. So real quick, I want to show you what's included in this package, and then I'll give you my final thoughts. And like I say, there will be a full-blown review for these films coming, and I'll give you my initial reaction for the Hobbit box set. I got it at the same time, but I'll show you what's in this so you know what to expect if you can get your hands on one, and then I'll give you my final thoughts. There is the outside slipcover. Of course, you have Barad-dûr and the ring with the writing on it that says the One Ring to rule them all, and then Mount Doom. There's the spine, and there's the back. This slides out. The front art's the same, so's the spine. The back is that scene from the end of the Prancing Pony in Bree, and when the ring pops up in the air, it ends up on Frodo's finger. You open it up. I have already used the codes for this. Sorry for anyone interested. I just always use them. There's the theatrical version for Fellowship, Two Towers, Return of the King. Then we have the extended for Fellowship. Same for Two Towers. Same for Return of the King. While I'm not the biggest fan of the packaging, I much prefer the packaging on the extended edition Blu-ray sets from a few years ago. I have to admit, I'm just happy to have these in 4K, especially the way these look. Because I haven't had time to set all the way through these movies, especially in their extended format. And I will set through both of them in theatrical and extended format. I'm just excited to have these. I didn't go with the Steelbook this time because I hesitated when they first announced. I wasn't really a big fan of the artwork, and it kind of grew on me the longer I looked at it. But by the time I bought this set and the Hobbit set, it was going to be hard for me to justify spending the extra $60 on the Best Buy exclusive Steelbooks, and by the time I actually decided I wanted them, they were pretty well gone, and you couldn't get your hands on one anyway. But again, these films look and sound better than they've ever sounded before. That Mount Doom sequence at the end of Return of the King, it looks and sounds incredible when Bedir collapses. You hear all the sound of stone and all that crashing and crumbling down around you. It's awesome. But my initial thoughts are these are going to be very good. If you are a fan of Lord of the Rings, go check these out, because I guarantee you that the digital versions won't look this good. And if you have a TV that is capable of 4K and the HDR, and you got the surround sound for the Dolby Atmos and everything, I guarantee you that you won't be disappointed. These don't even look like you're watching the same movies. The whole color palette's different. If you weren't a fan of the blue-green look of like Fellowship of the Ring and all that from the Blu-rays, that's gone here. But I think you guys will really like it. But yeah, I recommend from what I've seen, I recommend you pick this up if you're a fan of the movies and fan of the franchise. So, well, that's all I've got for this video. I will get back to you at some point with a more detailed review of each film, and when I do that, I will give you a review of the disc technical merits as well. My next video, though, will be a quick look, just like this one, for the Hobbit trilogy on 4K, and that way you guys know my thoughts on that as well. So thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please give me a like. Please consider subscribing to this channel. Not quite up to doing it every day yet, but we'll get there. There's still a lot of work to be done. Follow me on Facebook or Twitter. Just search for Bob the Film Guy. I try to keep that updated. Not doing a very good job of it, but I do the best I can. And for now, this is Bob, signing off.